It's The Line of Fire with your host, Dr. Michael Brown. Get into the Line of Fire now by calling 866-34-TRUTH. Here again is Dr. Michael Brown.
Believe me, if I run and I win, I will be the greatest representative of the Christians that they've had in a long time.
All right, that was the voice of Donald Trump. He was speaking on CBN, so obviously he wants to let other Christians know that he'll be standing for them. But you question the depth of his own faith. Now, he's being interviewed, and he's asked the question, has he ever directly asked God for forgiveness? His answer is really fascinating. Listen to what he had to say.
Have you ever asked God for forgiveness? That's a tough question. I don't think in terms of, I'm a religious person. Shockingly, because people are so shocked when they find this out, I'm Protestant, I'm Presbyterian. And I go to church and I love God and I love my church.
All right, so just to jump in there. First, if you've asked God for forgiveness, you know it. It's not a difficult question. Ask any true believer in Jesus, have you asked God for forgiveness? Of course. Did he forgive you? Yes. I'm born again. I love the Lord. My sins are forgiven. Or, yes, on a regular basis, I ask forgiveness where I fall short. And I know when I came to faith, my sins were forgiven. So what he means, and this is probably the way he understands Christianity, what he means is that he is born into the Presbyterian Church or is a member of a Presbyterian church, and therefore he's a Christian. I'm not saying he's lying. No. I'm not saying he's lying. Actually, he's been really misrepresented by the media recently. His John McCain comments were completely misrepresented. If you haven't read the actual transcript, completely misrepresented. But when you listen to his whole explanation here, he absolutely does not understand what it means to be a Christian. And in fact, he's talking about Norman Vincent Peale, who I would say used the Bible more than Joel Osteen, but would have been in that kind of camp of a positive thinking person, a positive thinking preacher, as opposed to a biblically based conviction of sin, change your life, live for God type of preacher. Listen to a little bit more of what Donald Trump had to say.
And Norman Vincent Peale, the great Norman Vincent Peale, was my pastor. The power of positive thinking. Everybody's heard of Norman Vincent Peale. He was so great. He would give a sermon you never wanted to leave. Sometimes we have sermons, and every once in a while we think about leaving a little early, right, even though we're Christian. Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, Frank, would give a sermon. I'm telling you, I still remember his sermons.
Oh, okay.
It was unbelievable.
All right. So do you realize what Donald Trump is doing? We've all done it. When we don't really have something concrete to say, and when we're really out of our league, we try to give some story that makes it look like we're a little bit more of an insider. And I understand. I've been there, done that too. It's almost like you've never been a professional athlete, but hey, I remember my dad, boy, he was really into the games, and he'd come home every night and talk to me about the games, and he knew some of the players. Like, what's that got to do with the fact that you're claiming to be an athlete, you're not an athlete? So I'm not saying he's being hypocritical. I think in his mind that he is a Christian, and that this is what Christians do. They're members of a Christian church, and they go to a Christian church, and they hear Christian sermons, which are mainly good, positive messages. So let's pray for Donald Trump to really come to know the Lord, really experience forgiveness, and let's pray that clarity will come through these elections in terms of what it actually means to be a Christian. But as to receiving forgiveness, he goes right to the end of the clip, and he honestly can never say in a concrete way that at any point in his life he asked God for forgiveness. His answer was amazingly revealing. So let's pray that he'll really encounter the Lord.